Welcome to the Man in the Middle. I'm your host, Bill West. Today we have my co-host, Gypsy Danger. We will be talking about the new Pacific Rim anime on Netflix. I've only seen the first episode, and wow! As much, I've had I've enjoyed Pacific Rim in every form of media that it's been in. The movies, the comic books, the a- the novelizations, the original novel for the prequel to Uprising, and I'm a fan of Pacific Rim. I love the original movie. The second movie I didn't like as much, but I do like it. I mean, giant mecha playing Rock'em Sock'em robots with kaiju. What's not to like? But I think the first one's a better movie. Uh, but I almost think this is where it should have been all along. The anime is wonderful. It's beautiful quality. It looks like it might have been the same house that did the Godzilla trilogy of last year, or the year before, and I couldn't believe how good it was. Uh, this this let's get into the story. Uh, this looks like it takes place on an alternate timeline. Uh, Maybe it takes place after the events of Uprising. Maybe it's a future uh, version of Pacific Rim, but I tend to think it's more of a sideways Earth. Australia is overrun by kaiju. The last Jaegers have been told to evacuate. One Jaeger is a husband and wife team, and they say, we our kids are on an evac bus. We have to go get them. Another Jaeger joins them, and a couple of kaiju intercept them. One of the Jaegers dies. The husband and wife team uh, are able to find their kids, find the evac bus, and take them to where to the out looks like the Australian outback, where a Jaeger base is supposed to be. They get there and they find it's gone. No, before so there was the reason for the title is the black is when they decide that Australia is to be evacuated and they can't save it, they bring down the satellite net over Australia and they call it, and there's no satellite coverage. Yeah, so now Australia is the black, and excuse me, been a little rough. I'm gonna have to take a little drink there for a second. Sorry about that. Uh, they they move. They just when they get to the acre base and find it's not there, they move on to a uh, seems to be a an oasis in the outback. There's falls and uh, green plants everywhere, and they drop the kids and say, there's food here, there's water. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. And so the parents take off, trying to get to civilization so they can bring some transportation back to save the kids. Fast forward 5 years later. The kids are 5 years older. Uh, I have some questions here. Where'd they get the clothes for all these kids for 5 years? And they one of the they come up with a bunch of canned food and supplies. Their vehicle was destroyed by a Jaeger that was chasing them, and so all they have is when they're left. I don't know how much is in a Jaeger. Maybe they drop some supplies off with the kids, but I don't think there'd be 5 years worth of supplies, and I don't know if canned goods would be good after 5 years. But and all the kids had maybe one set of clothing, and in 5 years you'd grow out of them. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this, but these questions pop up. But I don't let it get in the way of the story. The main characters are the son and daughter of the mother and father Jaeger pilots. The daughter, his name is Haley, I believe, and I can't remember the son's name. I'll say Taylor. Taylor? Be right back. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, the son's name is Taylor, the daughter's name is Haley. And they get in a fight. There's a lot of things happen, but I'm just going to cover the big things. They get in a fight. Haley decides she's going to leave and follow the other kids who have left, try to make their way to the coast. Supposedly, sort of a Mad Max type situation where the coast is paradise. And some of the kids have been leaving, and they believe that's where where paradise is on the coast. And she's on her way out when she falls through the floor, or falls through the ground, and winds up in a underground complex. This might be the base they were looking for. It might be another one, but she makes her way through the complex. She's being watched by the complex's security system, and she finds, ta-da, a Jaeger. Atlas Destroyer, a training mech or a training Jaeger that was left behind when they evacuated Australia. And she goes through a 6-month training course in an hour. She doesn't pay attention. She just keeps going next, and the training course keeps going up. She bypasses everything about the training course until she's accepted as a Jaeger pilot. And her brother comes down and finds her in Atlas Danger, or Atlas Destroyer. Finds out that that's his training mech. The mech recognizes him, and the mech Jaeger. I've been playing BattleTech. The Jaeger recognizes him, and she's like, she questions him about, or the sister Haley questions him about it, and introduces him as her co-pilot, and the Aloha, the AI. The Jaegers in this timeline, like I said, I don't know if it's the future or the future or a sideways timeline, have AIs in them that actually talk to them. I'm certain the older Jaegers had some kind of basic AI, but nothing that would actually converse with you. And so she goes, okay, let's go. We're going to sorry about that. I have to check something. Okay, yeah, I'm working. Okay, and the Jaeger's like, all right, we're going to start mobile testing, and begins to open the hangar doors. And when that happens, all kinds of noise is made. The grinding of the doors alerts, and that echoes through the canyon of the oasis and out. And lo and behold, a Cat 4 Jaeger is around, named Copperhead, also called Jaeger Destroyer. I think it was Jaeger Destroyer, something like that. Jaeger Breaker. And it's called Into the Oasis and kills everybody. This is not a cartoon for kids. This is an adult animation. So they gear up and draw Copperhead out. They have a fight with Copperhead. It's more or less a victory for Atlas Destroyer, although we find out Atlas Destroyer is only a training Jaeger. It has no weapons on it whatsoever. And they disembark Atlas Destroyer and find out, like I said, everyone's dead. There's nobody's left. And Haley realizes that if she hadn't played around, everybody would still be alive. And she realizes it's pretty much her fault that the Oasis was destroyed and everyone was killed. Taylor tells her, it's sad, but it's we have to move on. We're going to get in Atlas Destroyer and find Mom and Dad. These are short episodes, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30. I'm not quite sure. I think it's 21 minutes. Very enjoyable. They go by very fast. I don't think I'm going to do a review on each episode. They drop the whole thing at once, so I'm just going to go ahead and stream the whole thing, probably get it done today, maybe tomorrow, and I'll leave my review on the whole show. It's very much worth watching. Gypsy Danger says the same thing, and I hope, and I liked it. I believe this is where Pacific Rim should have been all along. I mean, the animation is beautiful, and I hope that we get to see more Pacific Rim animation. If we're not going to see any more movies, in fact, if they're going to do, if there was supposed to be a third movie in this set, maybe they would finish up the storyline, but of the original timeline. Once again, I'm Bill West. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen today. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.